what's just a quick bit of advice that you were given, that you take with you, maybe on every set, that you think about maybe during some tough times?
I think the best thing I heard is over-prepare, and then on set, be present. Be open to what is happening in the moment. Because in a way, even a fiction is a documentary of people creating a movie, right? Like, it's always something that happens in the moment. You can't just force reality to do what you want it to do, because this is precious. This is not going to happen again. So I think that's the one thing. Over-prepare and be open on set to just on your plans.
My first feature film that premiered here 13 years ago, I got to interview everyone from Ron Howard to Peter Fonda to Martin Scorsese to Jack Nicholson. All of that film, I wrote down a log, and I have all of these guys, like every lesson that they either got from Roger or that they told me in the interview, and that's my Bible. And literally before I start any project, I kind of like do my little, I look at my sheet and I kind of remind myself of things. So it's not one particular thing, but it's a few. One is from Kubrick that Jack Nicholson told me, which is everything cuts, which is amazing because as a, for docs, like you're in the editing room and you're like gonna you're gonna like off yourself because you're so like it's just like the end. And but everything cuts. Roger taught me you will always get money, but be careful who you're getting your money from.
Let's take a beat on that. Let's take a beat. Let's take that in for a second. Yep.
And then to be very quick on set, to be very efficient. Scorsese, it was all about pre-production, mapping out everything that you possibly can, even in docs. I try to map out as much as I can with my shot, like everything, because I know that once we get to set, everything's going to go left.
The two things that I kept, I think, in the back of my head on our feature film were two quotes. One was, I don't know where this came from. It was, if you can get them to laugh, they'll trust you to cry. And so that was something I sort of had as a North Star. And then this other one was from an interview with Spike Jonze, who is my hero. I just have it like saved on my desktop, and every once in a while I'll open it. And he said something about some project like years and years ago, and it was like, things don't fall apart in like one fell swoop. It happens inch by inch by inch when you compromise like inch by inch, and then all of a sudden you look back and you realize you're actually very far from where you wanted to be.
I think my quote is the author George Saunders, the American short story author, has said, "Steer towards the rapids." And I like that because it reminds me to not chicken out. You know what I mean? Go to the emotional, scary place.